IHPC project number 3 is a project that's designed to look at the effectiveness, which means the way it really works, not the theoretical way it works, for primary prevention, which is HPV vaccination, and secondary prevention, which is screening by Pap testing currently, and combinations of Pap testing and HPV, to see how they function and to look at what was present before vaccines came to be and came to be implemented in populations, so that we have points of comparison over time. So an example of that would be we have large populations that are sampled from the entire state, that we look at 60,000 women, and we estimate the prevalence of 37 different HPV genotypes that are circulating at a time that's early on before vaccine had uptake in the population. Then we also look at the same thing in tissue biopsies to say what was the HPV genotype prevalence in disease at the time before vaccine was implemented. And we look at how these things will change as vaccine uptake increases in the population. So it's a very important thing to do so that we are ensuring that the vaccines that have been implemented actually are having an impact, meaning reducing disease versus doing nothing, and that we have some rational way to see both vaccinated individuals who are screening and unvaccinated to decide how it is we change what we're doing, which means screening programs can't continue at the frequency that we've been doing them at. So we need to sort of take up the cost of the primary prevention in vaccination by modifying our programs in screening. To do that, we need to know what's really happening. So that's essentially the goals of this project, along with ensuring that we understand not only the benefits and how to adjust the two interventions to be complementary and most effective, but also that we assure everyone that there are no harms that were unanticipated. And harms that might be unanticipated, people have speculated on those things, and that would include things like you remove HPV 16 and 18 from the eco-niche of all the viruses that have obviously developed their relationships to one another over millennia, and then you remove those, and what if something unpredictable happens, which is there's what would be called type replacement, and the other viruses just fill the niche that was that was responsible for disease. So it wouldn't be very useful to be vaccinating if that was happening. So those are the kinds of things this program does, and it's seen, probably I would see it as the biological arm of the New Mexico PAP registry, because it sort of integrates the biology with the surveillance of the actual screening and vaccination process.